Hi guys, in this video we will show the working of a relay. Relay is an electromagnetic switch which is work based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. It is used to switch the high voltage currents by using a small DC voltages. Let us discuss the components, different components of a relay. This diagram shows a simple 5 volt relay. And relay consisting of an electromagnet, an armature, then 3 input terminals and 2 output terminals. These two terminals, that means the 1 and 3 number terminals are used to supply the current for this coil for the magnetization and unmagnetization of this electromagnet, and the second terminal is used to connect the high voltage to the relay, and these NG and NO are the outputs of the relay. These are used to collect the high voltage output from the relay. Let us discuss the working of the relay. When there is no current, when there is no supply is applied to these terminals, the electromagnet is in the unmagnetized condition. At this time, the armature is in contact with the normally closed terminal, normally closed output terminal. At this time, the input current or the input high voltage applied to the second terminal is collected from this normally closed terminal. When we are applying an 5 volt across these coils, the electromagnets become magnetized and attract this armature towards the electromagnet, and it is in contact with the normally open terminal. At this time, the high input voltage applied to the second terminal can be collected from the normally open output terminal. That's the simple working of a relay. Okay, this is a 5 volt relay. This is a 5 volt DC relay. The maximum voltage that can be switched by this relay, in the case of AC, it should be 10 ampere and 120 volt, and in the case of a DC, it should be 10 ampere and 24 volt. These are the maximum high voltage that can be switched by this relay. Let's see what's inside this relay. Now I am removing this blue casing. I just removed the blue casing of this relay. Now let us compare this relay with the diagram. See, these three terminals are the input terminals. This is the first terminal, and this is the second terminal, and this is the third terminal. These are the input terminals of the relay. Then these two terminals are the output terminals of the relay. This is the normally closed terminal, and this is the normally open terminal. And this is the electromagnet. This is the electromagnet of the relay, and this is the armature of the relay. This is the parts that I mentioned. Then we applying the current supply for the magnetization and demagnetization of electromagnet. We apply the current in these two terminals, and we apply the high voltage to this terminal. When there is no current is across, when there is no current is in between these two terminals, the electromagnet is in the unmagnetized condition, and there is no current flow in this normally open terminal, and the high voltage connected to this middle, now the second terminal, it can be collected from the normally closed terminal, that is from this terminal. And when we are applying a current across these two terminals, the electromagnet become magnetized, and we can collect the high voltage connected to the second terminal from the normally open terminal. That is, the high voltage is connected to second one, and it is transmitted through here, and we can collect from the normally open terminal. This is the basic working, simple working of the relay. Now we can connect the relay to the power supply. Okay, let us discuss the connections. This blue and the brown jumpers are used for the power supply for the relay, and the middle, the yellow one is connected to the positive of this battery, and the negative of the battery is connected to the cathode of the LED. Then as per I mentioned above, when we apply when there is no current flow between these two terminals, the electromagnet is in the unmagnetized condition, and we can collect the output from this normally closed terminal. Let's see this. See, now this is the normally closed terminal, and this is the normally open terminal. I just touch the anode of the diode to the normally closed terminal. See, the LED is on. When I touch to the normally open one, the LED is off. That's the relay is in the off condition. When we applying the current or voltage across these two terminals, the electromagnet become magnetized and the armature is attracted towards the magnet, and it contact with the normally open terminal. Now I giving the power supply to this relay. I connecting the first terminal to the ground of the Arduino board. So now I connecting the third terminal, that is the blue jumper to the 5 volt blue jumper to the 5 volt of the Arduino. Now there will be a current across these two terminals, so the electromagnet become magnetized. Then when I touch the anode of the diode to the normally open condition, normally open terminal, so the LED is on. When I connect into a normally closed, the LED is in the off. That means now we got the connection, or we got the output from the normally open terminal, and the normal there is no connection in the normally closed terminal. That indicates this LED is off, and now the LED is on. Now I just removing the one of the jumper from Arduino board. So at this time the relay is off, so we can collect the output from the normally closed terminal, and there is no supply in the normally open terminal. See, the LED is off. That's the simple working of the relay. Hope all of you enjoying this video. So for more videos, please subscribe our channel. Thank you.